Hi guys, it's time for another Shop My Stash video. So I release these videos every sort of 3 weeks. I feel like 3 weeks is a good enough amount of time to be working on some products. Now if you don't know what a Shop My Stash is, it's basically where you just go shopping in your own makeup collection. So you look at everything you've got and you pick out certain products that you want to be focusing on for the next, say, 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long you want to do so. Like I say, I quite like 3 weeks. I find like 2 weeks is too short, 4 weeks is too long. And with my Shop My Stash items that I've got out here in front of me at the moment, I do try to use them in conjunction with my Project Pan items. And then in these videos, I show you pictures of the makeup looks that I've created using some of these items, and then I will choose some new products to be working on. Okay, so let's go through the products then. So for my foundation, I chose my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I'm in the shade Natural. I really like this foundation. I think it provides a really nice sort of medium coverage effect. It's not too matte and it's not too luminous, so I actually quite like it for this time of the year where I want a bit more coverage and something that's not quite as luminous as, say, my a Boring BB cream or my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue that I tend to kind of wear more in the summer. And actually I was watching one of Kelly Gooch's videos the other day and she mentioned just how small this e.l.f. bottle is, and I think it's about 20 or 26 mils, I think maybe 20 mils. So this is actually a foundation that I would like to pan next year because I have had it for quite some time. So considering how small it is and how much I have used of this foundation anyway, I'm hoping I can get through this quite quickly. So really been enjoying this foundation. I think it is so beautiful, really nice. Really do like wearing that foundation, and it wears really nicely with the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer as well. I'm in the shade 3.5. I would say this is like a medium coverage concealer, so it's not as heavy or as thick or full coverage or as drying as the Tarte Shape Tape. So you can build with this as well, so if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can apply more without it affecting how it blends in as well, which is what the Tarte one does sometimes. And again, this is quite small. This is a 5ml concealer tube, so again, next year I am hoping to pan at this concealer. I have a few concealers that have all been open for roughly the same amount of time, so I do want to work through those and get those used up. But I do really like this concealer. I think it's so pretty, so lovely, one that I would definitely repurchase and one that I have been enjoying wearing recently. Do just want to say though, I am really focused on trying to use up my concealer and my foundation that's in my Project Pan at the moment. So I haven't worn the e.l.f. foundation or the Revolution concealer as frequently as I would have liked. And I feel like that's the problem sometimes with the Shop My Stash. When I'm so close to finishing up a product that's in my Project Pan, I tend to kind of neglect what's in my Shop My Stash. So I'm thinking for the next Shop My Stash, I'm not going to include any foundations or concealers because I really just want to focus on those that are in my Project Pan. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so more base products then. I've got my Fenty cream bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. I love this bronzer. I think it's beautiful. It's so blendable. It looks so seamless when you apply it. You can really build up the coverage as well, so you can go for just a little bit of bronze or you can go for a more defined sculpted cheek area. I love the shade as well. The shade is a really good match for me. I am 150 in their foundation, by the way, just in case you were wondering. And I do like to layer this with a powder foundation as well. So sometimes during the past few weeks I have put this on powdered and then put a powder bronzer over the top as well. But love this bronzer, really do like including it in Shop My Stashes. I just think it's so lovely. And then blusher has been my Milani Luminoso blusher. I have layered this with my Trini Lip to Cheek blusher that's in my Project Pan. They're both peachy, so I would put the Trini one on, powder perhaps, not always, and then I would go in over the top with this Milani Luminoso. And this has a little bit of sheen as well, so I could sometimes get away with not wearing a highlighter. But if I did want to wear a highlighter, I would go for my Becca Champagne Pop in the mini. And again, I've been layering with this one. I have a liquid highlighter in my Project Pan. So again, I would put that on, layer it with this powder highlighter. Now, I wasn't that keen on this Becca Champagne Pop highlighter when I first bought it. I didn't really kind of get the hype, but I now really like it. It's not hugely glittery and it blends really nicely as well. It's quite nice and soft and the colour is so pretty as well, so really do love this. And then last few products, I've had my Gimme Brow Plus in the shade 3. This is a beautiful product. I really like using a tinted brow gel. but I am panning my Goof Proof by Benefit and my 24-hour brow setter, and I want to get the Goof Proof used up by the end of the year, so that has been my focus. But on days where I've wanted to do a quick little makeup look, I have gone for Gimme Brow. And on my type of brow, so I have nothing on my brows at the moment actually, so this is my brows naturally. So I do find that my brows look best when I have gone for a simple product like this. I don't feel the need to go in with a brow gel and then a brow pencil. I feel like this 2-in-1 step is enough. A couple of other eye products are my eyeliners. Haven't worn these that often at all, especially the nude one. I just really struggle with wearing eyeliners. I'm so bad at remembering to wear an eyeliner. So I think I am still going to keep these in my current Shop My Stash just to try to get me to use them a little bit more regularly. But very nice eyeliners. I've got MAC Teddy, which is a lovely brown. It's got a little bit of like a gold reflex in it. Really nice for a little bit of definition on my upper lash line. And then Peaches and Cream in the shade Papyrus, a really nice nude colour to just make my eyes look a little bit more awake, make me look less tired, and I wear that in my waterline. So if you saw my recent mini declutter video, I decluttered 2 single Kiko eyeshadows and a little quad, which I'd kind of turned into a trio from Makeup Revolution, or Revolution actually. And all of those products were in my recent Shop My Stash. So I don't have them to hand. I'll see if I can put a picture in or something. But the Kiko singles, I decluttered a gold one, a shimmery gold one. Beautiful colour, but I have lots of those types of colours in other palettes in my collection that perform better. So it didn't make sense to me to have another one of those shades, so I decluttered that one. As pretty as it looked, I just didn't need it. And then I also decluttered a cool toned blue that was a little bit grey purple in undertone, and cool tones just aren't really my bag. They don't really complement me or suit me as well as warm tones do. But I did also have this minty one here, which I really like. This one is unique in my collection. I don't have any other eyeshadows like this, and I think this is just a fun wash of one colour across the lid, but I can also wear this with more bright colours or more pastel colours in the spring and summer next year. So I'm keeping that one. And also, yeah, there was the Revolution quad, the diamonds and pearls. I applied that in my recent Shop My Stash video and it made my eyes really irritated. And then as soon as I was done filming that video, I actually ended up washing off the makeup because my eyes were just stinging, they were watering, it felt so uncomfortable, and I didn't use the quad since. I didn't want to. I had a reaction to it, it wasn't comfortable, so it just made sense to declutter it. So the eyeshadows in my recent Shop My Stash have been a little bit of a fail. And then with my lips, I've had MAC Subculture, which I think is in my handbag at the moment, my lip liner, which is a really nice nudie lip, and I think that is my kind of my lips but better. So the other night I wore that, smudged it in a little bit with a bit of clear lip balm, and it was just a really nice little bit of something to my lips. I do love MAC Subculture, and it pairs really nicely with NYX Eurotrash, which is meant to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. This is a really lovely, warm, peachy pink colour. Again, a little bit like my lips but better. But because I have been panning 2 lipsticks actually, I have finished one and I'm very close to finishing the one I'm wearing at the moment, which is Soph Revolution Cake. I have neglected the NYX Eurotrash one. So like with foundations and concealers, I don't think I'm going to include a lipstick in my next Shop My Stash. I just want to work on the products that I have in my project pan. Okay, so I'm now going to show you the products that I have included in my next Shop My Stash. Now, I haven't included loads of products, like I say, because I'm really just focusing on using up a lot of the items that's in my project pan, but I have included a couple of products, and I have tried to think about the next palette that's in my 1 month 1 palette series and how these products will complement that. So I will show you those products. Okay, so like I say, I'm not going to include any foundations or any concealers, so let's start with other base products then. Now I'm going to include this Patricia Bright palette from Revolution, which contains a bronzer, blusher and highlighter, and it is in the shade Moonlight Glow. So this is what it looks like. So on the left there is a peachy blusher, and I have actually recently been wearing this over the top of my Trini Lipped Cheek in the shade VB, and I really like how it looks. So it made sense for me to include it in this current Shop My Stash. And then the bronzer in the middle, I'm going to try this one. I think previously when I've worn this, I've not been that impressed with it, but it would be good to give it another try, see what I think. And then the highlighter on the end is a nice sort of white gold type of highlighter. Quite pretty, I think, from memory, but it would be good to get this palette out again and give it a go. So I'm going to go for this one. I'm also going to include my Bobbi Brown corrector in the shade Light Peach. And I just find that I'm reaching for this a bit more often. I'm quite tired at the moment, and it really shows on my dark circles. So this is really nice, just quickly pat on, just disguises the dark circles a little bit. And then this also sits quite nicely underneath concealer as well. So I'm going to go for that one. In terms of eyeshadow, so bearing in mind the next palette I'm including in my 1 Month 1 palette series, I'm going to take my Nars duo in the shade Isolde. This is a gorgeous little duo. These shades are so creamy, so pigmented, they blend beautifully, and they just scream like October autumnal colours to me. October to me is orange, so these goldy orangey brown shades here are just going to be so beautiful these next few weeks, and I love wearing this little duo at this time of year, and also at Christmas as well actually. So it'd be nice to include this little duo. And with eyeliners, I'm going to be optimistic and adventurous and choose 3. I'm going to stick with Teddy and Papyrus, the top 2 there that were in my previous Shop My Stash. And I'm also going to include the shade Dynasty at the bottom there, which is a really lovely coppery orange shade. So that'll work quite well with the little eyeshadow duo as well. And maybe just as a statement eyeliner as well, if I remember to use it, but I have to. There's not loads of products in this current Shop My Stash, so I really need to pull my finger out and just use these eyeliners. And then I've really been loving using my Gimme Brow. It looks a little bit worn now, you can barely sort of see the writing, but I just love how simple this product is to just whack on your brows in the morning. Really quick and easy, but so effective. Really love this product, so I'm going to keep this in my current Shop My Stash. And those are actually all the products I'm going to include. So I will try my best to take some more pictures for you guys, and I will update you in 3 weeks' time. But thanks so much for watching the video, and I will see you again soon in my next one. Bye!